The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
The Buckeyes from Columbus, Ohio have traveled 2,400 miles to get to Seattle to meet the Huskies. And here come the defending national champion, top-ranked team in the country. Speaking of top-ranked, third member of our team who seems to always find the action, Jenny Dell.
Well, they call this one of the greatest settings in college football, and on days like today, you can see why. Outside, these fans, they're not tailgating, they are sailgating. This is a century-old tradition right here in Lake Washington beside Husky Stadium. Inside, 70,000 strong, creating one of the most hostile environments in college football. They have 22 straight home wins. And these fans, this team, a little extra motivation in this one, not a single AP vote. Jed Fish, he flipped that into fuel. His mantra, we belong. They have a chance to prove that today against the #1 team in the country. Let's go, guys.
Jenny. Little smoked salmon down there. Now get your backside over here. We need you in the side of the stadium where it's a beautiful day in Seattle. Chamber of Commerce Day for the Great Northwest. 67 degrees. And a nice day, as Jenny just told you, for sailgating. 13th meeting all time between these two teams. First game as Big Ten opponents. The last matchup was in the Rose Bowl. Ryan Day, his 7th year as the head man at Ohio State. Jed Fish in just his 2nd season, and he has put a lot of interest into this program with the way they play offense especially. Ohio State won the toss, and they will defer, so the Huskies and Damon Williams will have the football first.
Yeah, when you talk to the Washington people around here and their football team, they think they're a top 25 team, and that's the most important thing.
Adam Muhammad back deep, waiting the kick from Jaden Fielding. Big Ten, big time. Here we go. And they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And that means Damon Williams, #2. We saw him really in his coming out party in the Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl in El Paso last year. Sensational start to this season as well, and coming off a big-time win in the Apple Cup.
Yeah, I thought Washington used him great his rookie year last year as a freshman. Sprinkled him in a lot of games. Got a start at the end of the year. They brought him along, and they knew he was their future.
He is electrifying as both a passer and a runner. And the Ohio State defense well aware of that. So we'll bring the Huskies up at the 25-yard line with Jonah Coleman, the guy that Gary talked about, behind him.
Ohio State starts the game. 5-man, bear look.
They'll try Coleman on the first carry, and Jonah gets about 8 before he's tripped up by Davison Igbenogson.
Yeah, they walk Arvell Reese up to play that defensive end spot, and they run right at him. And you can see the quickness he has. I think they may be, these 3 guys that we talked about in the open, the 3 best unknown players in college football.
I agree with you completely. Coleman, 163 yards and 3 total touchdowns last week. And they'll give it to him again. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. Arvell Reese makes the tackle. Some players to watch on that left tackle spot. They've improved there with Carver Willis, who spent 4 years at Kansas State before hitting the portal. And Sonny Styles, we've seen him get better and better every week. The rangy linebacker at 6'5" for the Buckeyes.
We're in the block O.
We're in the block O, and it's 3rd down and 2. Now the opening possession for the Huskies. Williams has protection. Now he's going to take off, but he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Ohio State did exactly what they wanted to. They rushed. They just pushed, and they kept looking at the quarterback. They did not want to give him anywhere to run. Watch these guys up here as they rush the passer. They just keep pushing and keeping their eye on the quarterback. They're really not trying to sack him. They're ready to come off the block, and they make the play.
Aiden McDonald in on the tackle. It forces a punt. Luke Dunn. This is the first time the Huskies have punted in a long time.
Man, that was a bad one.
That was a bad one.
50-yard line.
I was going to say their last 18 possessions, they had 16 touchdowns, a field goal, and a kneel down. So this is a guy that hasn't punted very often.
That was pretty close, guess, the 50-yard line. That was not good. Shanked it right out.
17-yard kick.
Can't start any better for the Buckeyes. A 3 and out and ball on the 50-yard line.
We talked about Julian Sayin. There's his numbers. He's completed 79% of his passes the first 3 weeks. That's tops in the country. And he's in the shotgun, and C.J. Donaldson with him in the backfield. Donaldson got 4 on the first snap. And players to keep an eye on. Donaldson, who came over from West Virginia, got the first carry. And Jacob Manu's back at linebacker, and that's a good thing because they lost one of their other starting linebackers to injury.
Yeah, Buda Aluka out for this game. Ohio State comes in with that 2 tight end set going left.
One of those tight ends, Max Clare, now goes out to the top of your screen. Blitz coming. Sayin fires. Jeremiah Smith is going to have the first down.
Actually, 3 tight ends in the game at the same time. Now, you can do that because of what Jeremiah Smith is. Jeremiah Smith is a guy you have to put 2 on. How do you do that? You got 3 tight ends that you can run block, and then you got a home run guy to the outside. A really interesting formation for Ohio State.
Brian Hartline, the offensive coordinator, said, we got some good tight ends, and we're going to use them all. He did there. It's a first down for the All-American wideout.
Elite offensive talent for Julian Sayin to use in this football game.
First down at the 40. The toss to Donaldson. Big opener on the edge, and he might have another first down. Alex McLaughlin brought him down.
Transfer from Purdue, Max Clare. Watch the block he gets. One of those tight ends right here in this situation. They're going to run the toss. Point of attack inside, handled by the tackles. Watch Clare take his man right out of there.
Go back-to-back plays for first downs. On the ground this time, about 5 more. Boy, tough yards. And so far, that Husky defense hasn't been able to slow down number 12. Donaldson coming off a year of over 700 yards and 11 touchdowns at West Virginia before the transfer to Columbus. Second down and 5, opening drive of the ball game for the Buckeyes. A pistol set here with Sayin in the gun. And it's Donaldson trying to get wide, and he does. And he's got it all the way down to the 14-yard line. Ephesians Prysock stopped him there.
Yes, you know what the great equalizer is for a large crowd? A run game.
Yes.
That always slows that growth. When you're pinning those ears back on 3rd and 5, the crowd gets involved. You smash that ball in there, and the crowd can sense, uh-oh.
And right now they can't get him to 3rd down, and that's when the noise comes. They haven't stopped them yet. First down after first down for the Buckeyes as they started from the 50 after the bad punt. They've worked it to the 14 of Washington. Got an end around. And down around the 11 is Bo Jackson. Bo, the freshman out of Cleveland, who they're very high on, has had some big plays through the first 3 games, or the last 2 games, I should say.
So last play, just watching that last play, it was man-to-man coverage in the red zone that time against Jeremiah Smith. And we know what he does against man coverage in the red zone.
Normally a one-hand catch for a touchdown.
Yes, it is.
Carnell Tate in motion. Sayin has time to the back of the end zone. Nobody home. Incomplete. Threw it away. And finally, it's a third down.
One of the things that Jed Fish talked to us about is red zone defense. He says you got to look forward to be in the red zone. You have an advantage. Those fast receivers can't go deep. Instead of thinking, oh no, we're in trouble, think it's our advantage to be in the red zone. Holding them to a field goal here would be a win for this Washington team.
Ohio State 46% of their third down conversion so far in the early season. Third down and 7 here. They can get a first down at the 4-yard line.
They're doubling Jeremiah Smith to the outside out here.
Sayin pressured. Going to run to the left. He's going to keep it, and I don't think he got there. I think he got to the 5, but not the 4.
Yeah, is it close enough, though, that they would go for it?
Oh, he was really close.
That's going to be close to where he crossed the white line here, the out-of-bounds line. Has the ball in his right arm. They might move this back.
Our AT&T pylon cam just showed you that
the ruling of a first down is under review.
Yeah, I think you were right, Ness. I think he went out at the 5.
So they'll take a look. Chris Coit, our referee today, will have a look. Replay. Rick Nelson, our replay official, and of course the folks in Illinois are also looking at this. Gene's with us as well. Gene?
Yeah, I'm with you too, Ness. I'm going to agree with both of you there. I think it's the 5-yard line when you see him crossing. As Gary said, it's where the ball is crossing the sideline. You see Sayin reaching there. I think it's the 5-yard line before he gets to the line to gain, which is further out of bounds. Here's a great look. I think he's crossing right there, fellas.
All right, Gene.
And I think as Jalen gets older and he does the Josh Allen and the Aaron Rodgers, they would have stuck that ball out a little bit with his right arm.
Good point.
And made that first down. Hey, but I don't blame him. First start on the road, hold on to the ball, tuck it away, don't make any mistakes.
And if it is 4th down, Ohio State has gone on 4th down 4 times this year and can convert it on 2 of them.
I mean, if you're Ohio State, you got to go for this. You can't settle for field goal.
It was a nice play by Zach Durfee, who got him down a yard shy.
Well, they doubled Jeremiah Smith to the outside, so he couldn't go. Look at 2 guys out here. Good, smart play. Take away their best player.
And they did that well.
Had a spy. I mean, Julian's not a elite, Ohio State, J.T. Barrett, Justin Fields runner,
right.
Will Howard a year ago. But okay, he did close to his enough there.
Well, this one's taken a while. Here's the call.
After review, the ball crossed the sideline at the 4.5-yard line and was subsequently declared out of bounds. It's 4th down.
They split the difference with us. It's about half a yard to go.
Everybody's happy. Now you just wonder if you sneak it right here. The crowd will be loud.
It's just the length of the football inside the 5-yard line. 4th down and about 2 lengths of the football to go. High backfield. Donaldson. Whoa, it's close. It's really close.
I don't think he made it.
The defense thinks they've stopped him.
I think they did.
What a stand for the Huskies D.
Actually, I think there were 4 tight ends, maybe 5 tight ends in the game. He got past the 5-yard line, but I don't think he got to the 4.
Devin Bryant made the first contact and then held on for hope for his friends to help him out, and they did. And the Huskies defense stands strong at home. Their offense comes back out when we come back. 45-yard drive and 9 plays and no score, Gary.
Yeah, Ohio State all the time. ISO play. Fullback blocks the linebacker, except it's a tight end. It's Nate Roberts, the 4th tight end in the game. He doesn't get through the hole. There's the linebacker standing right in the hole. You wonder if a fullback more used to doing that would have found his way like a ball carrier and got to the linebacker.
What a stop, and now the Huskies, the bad news is they're at their own 5-yard line. Williams, and he'll run for about 2. You can hit every highlight with CBS Sports HQ, streaming free 24/7. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today, and you can catch Gary joining the HQ team when this game is over.
I mean, I don't know if Nate Roberts plays much fullback. Maybe he does. Okay, I haven't watched. I never caught him there, but you would think a fullback would find that opening, and you follow him.
2nd down and 8. Damon Williams rifles one across the middle, and it's a first down. And it's Desmond Aroba.
Yeah, true freshman, and that's been one of the things that Jed Fish says we need by the end of the year. Will one of our true freshmen emerge for us to be another threat with Denzel Boston? That looks like emergence.
I'd say so. Hayden Vines-Bright is another one that they expect big things out of, but that was a heck of a grab. And it's a first down, and now they got a little bit of room to work.
Distance to the goal. It's 1st and 10.
Okay, sideline interference on Washington. That won't make the head coach
Wait, no
happy.
warning? Not even one warning? Come on. I mean, it had no difference on the field.
At any rate, it goes back
About
inside
Gene,
the 12.
I mean, I question that.
Fourth most penalties in the Big Ten so far for Washington. That's one of the bad parts to their 3-0 start. Williams fires in the middle. Coleman broke a tackle, and he gets out about 2 yards shy of the first down. Let's go back to that other play. Gene, what do you think?
Well, you know, I think warning, yes, if you've got people in that white area and officials have to move around someone. I didn't get a good look at it, directly, guys. If there was physical contact, it stopped an official from being able to officiate the play. That's a different situation. But if you've just got people in that white hovering a little bit, they're outside of their team box as well. But if there's contact, I can see them throwing for that reason. Other than that, I'm with Gary. You want to warn them there.
Well, you can see that they have backed up now after that play. Williams keeps it, and he's going to lose a couple. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
You know, Matt Patricia, defensive coordinator for Ohio State, has circled Damon Williams as their Kyler Murray. Oh, Jed Fish just got absolutely. He is upset. I mean, this is a big game for Washington, and the first play, Jed Fish is going to say we got a penalty for being in the white. Come on.
So now they're going to throw another flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Washington head coach. Half the distance to the goal. The down counts. It's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes it's like taking a technical in basketball. Maybe this will fire Washington up. It's fired their crowd up.
But here's the important thing about this. Jed has to be careful. He's the play caller.
One more.
Oh, yes. All right, he made his point. Now he needs to calm down.
There's plenty of football left. We got 6:18 to go in the first quarter. But after picking up a first down, or what looked like a first down, now they're backed up inside their own 10 again. 3rd down and 14. And I hear another whistle, I think. It's so loud in here. False start.
Illegal snap. Offense number 66. Half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
So they're right back where they started when they got the defensive stop around the 4-yard line.
Yeah, remember that pass, that great diving catch that was made by Robeck out there. They're out to the 25, 30-yard line where you can call your whole offense. Now you're in the danger zone calling plays back here.
And even if you play it safe, your punter hit one for 17 yards the last time you kicked. Damon Williams in the end zone on the shotgun. Quick throw out in the flat. And Braden Vines-Bright, the other freshman I talked about, makes the catch. And so here comes the punting unit.
They did get enough room where the putter should be more comfortable. He doesn't have to shorten up his retreat to how deep he goes as the punter. It's just a normal punt situation.
He was at Oregon before coming here, averaged almost 43 yards a kick last year. But his first one, as we said, was a shank. This one's a little better, but it's returnable from the 47. It's Brandon Innes, and Innes lost the ball at the end of the run. And the Huskies have it back on special teams.
Holy cow, everything's happening.
Innes had a good return going and then fumbled. Decker DeGraff with the fumble recovery at the end of the punt return. And as Gary said, we're 10 minutes in and everything's happening. Well, Jed Fish has calmed down somewhat.
Well, maybe. If he saw this, he might get madder. Here's the play. The completion is going to be made about the 21-yard line. Stands up and signals. Then at the top, the referee, remember, this thing is over. The receiver is pointing first down, and then the official runs into Jed at the top of the screen. You know, in basketball, they go, ball don't lie. Right here on a foul, it seems like the ball don't lie here. It's back where it should be. Right?
Well, yeah, they got the ball back about the same spot, actually, after the fumbled punt. They'll start at the 21-yard line. 5 minutes to go, first quarter, scoreless so far here at Husky Stadium. Williams rolls, throws, a little bit too far in front, was catchable, but incomplete. Intended for Desmond Roebuck again.
Yeah, that's a bad throw. I mean, you got Devon Williams out there. This is a first down play. This is an extension of your running game. You get your quarterback out on the edge. That's the one you got to put it right on the number and move the chains up 7-8 yards.
And he's been really good throwing on the run. Matt Patricia, defensive coordinator, one of the things he pointed out, he said, and he can whistle that baby when he's on the move, but not that time. Second down and 10. Back to Coleman. Jonah broke in the secondary. Jonah Coleman all the way down to the 45-yard line of Ohio State. Igbinosun may have saved a touchdown at the end of it.
I tell you, Caleb Downs, the safety, the All-American safety, actually fills right into the play. Let's see what happens. Comes right there, and just a late block that time takes him out of the play. I think it was a wide receiver that time. Oh, it was Carver Willis, the left tackle, got him late. Wow, what a play.
Second longest run of the season for Coleman, 34 yards to the 45.
In that situation, defensive coordinator Matt Patricia is inserting Caleb Downs to stop that play right there. And it was blocked great.
First down, Huskies. Coleman again. This time got a couple maybe. Edric Houston on the inside, helping out on the tackle.
So I was thinking about the game, like, would you, if you were Washington, would you rather have Damon Williams get 100 or Jonah Coleman? I think the running back get 100 would be the best thing.
He came in the number 8 rusher in the country, and he scored 10 touchdowns. That's tops in the country. 9 on the ground, 1 as a receiver. Muhammad in to spell him. Williams had time, and that throws cross and got it to Boston. Denzel Boston, first down, Huskies.
Defensive coordinators call this street ball. It's outside of the play. They defend the play. It's going to be a wheel route to the outside, okay, covered well. Now the quarterback starts playing street ball. What does he run? Does he pass? He waits, and he finds his star receiver coming across the field.
A pickup of 17, and the Huskies have moved it to the 27-yard line.
There's Matt Patricia. Says this guy, Damon Williams, reminds him of Kyler Murray, the way he takes those quick throws from the pocket.
And flag down.
False start, offense number 50. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Carver Willis, the left tackle, who jumped.
Just couldn't hold his water. Looks like he was tilting. See if he starts to lean. Yeah, just backwards. Just, wanted to get out of those blocks. False start.
And it makes it first down at 15. 4th penalty already against the Huskies here, first quarter. Williams rifles it complete. Another first down, and it's Roebuck again, the freshman.
Oh man, this is a nice read by the quarterback. Going to go right by the Ohio State defender, throws it right in the middle. You get a middle safety in the middle of the field, you have to be able to throw this seam pass.
That was a beauty.
They want to play 3 deep, you have to hit the seam ball, and that was a beauty.
In the red zone for the Huskies, where they're 16 out of 16 so far this year, including 15 touchdowns. They got it at the Buckeye 12. Fakes it to Coleman. Williams throws short. Complete. And it's going to be 1st and goal to Quentin Moore, the tight end.
Quentin Moore out all of 2024 with a injury, comes across. Very simple play. Extension of the run game. That's the first pass reception for a tight end other than DeGraff.
And it sets him up just shaded inside the Buckeye 2-yard line. Now, if I got Jonah Coleman and he's got 9 rushing touchdowns this year, I might give it to him. Well,
Play.
Buckeyes knew that too.
Caden Curry, I think, came around the backside to make that play. I put a big star on Caden Curry because Matt Patricia told me to put a big star on that guy. Comes from the backside, he says, number 92, watch this guy. Yep, that's a good play.
Coleman actually lost a little bit. 2nd down to goal.
A Jack Sawyer spot from a year ago,
Yeah,
right?
really. Final half minute, first quarter. Huskies from the 3, trying to score first. Flags fly again.
So if you were going to take who's going to have the most illegal procedure penalties.
Offense number 56, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's
know where
3
you're
of them. Everybody here thought it would be Ohio State with
That's
the
right.
noise, right? All right, now this is where the running quarterback makes it even for Washington. Okay, so the centers had one. The left tackles had one.
And the right
Now
guard
the
might
right
as well
guard
get one.
has one.
Well, the centers are a center and right guard are brothers, the Hatchet boys. Coleman hesitates and going to go down at the 10.
Same guy. Caden Curry comes from the backside.
Matt Patricia says his football savvy is off the charts.
Yep, comes flat and then readjusts to make the play. Beautiful play.
Made 2 savvy plays on that drive, didn't he? Dubs and his team still looking for points here at the end of 1. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS enters quarter number 2 at Husky Stadium with the home team threatening 3rd down and 10. 3rd and goal at the 10. Ohio State hasn't allowed a red zone touchdown yet this year. Gary, what do you do here?
I'm going to throw the fade to number 12. He's my best player. I don't want to get sacked here. I'm going to try to get my best player with a fade, quick fade throw.
All right, Denzel's in the slot. Williams is looking that way. Now he's going to take off. And he's not going to get anything out of that.
Well, the Washington defense stood strong. The Ohio State Buckeye defense staying strong. A great drive by Washington, but nothing there. Let's see what Ohio State does in the secondary. They're playing man-to-man. They're doubling the inside slot to the middle of the field. I would have liked to have lofted that one up into the end zone. Maybe you get an interference call. Either way, you know that Jed Fish is going to go field goal here.
Arvell Reese, the guy that made the stop. That'll bring on Grady Gross. He's only tried 2 field goals. He's hit them both. That 51-yarder was last week in the Apple Cup. This will be a 28-yard attempt to try to put points on the board for the Huskies. And up and good.
I just did not love the 2nd down call in that series. That put too much pressure on them.
Yeah, they lost yardage on back-to-back goal-to-goal plays, had to settle for the field goal. But the Huskies strike first. Wow, after what happened against Indiana, what a comeback win for Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. And what a scene here. And We don't get the opportunity too many times to say,
goodness.
can it get any prettier from our booth
No.
than the banks of Lake Washington? I don't think so. 70,000 here. Happy that their team's out in front, but probably disappointed that there wasn't a touchdown on the end of that 69-yard drive in 10 plays.
And both defenses have to feel good about their red zone defense.
Yep, for sure. And they'll bring it out to the 25. Now it's time for Working on a Win, presented by the Home Depot. Talk about a coach that's been around a lot of coaches that would influence you. Goodness gracious. Started as a GA under Steve Spurrier. And Brian Billick, Mike Shanahan, Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Sean McVay, and of course Bill Belichick. And that's what Jed Fish, all the guys that he's worked with. Pretty impressive group.
Yep. All right, let's see if this game doesn't open up now a little bit. You know, the strength of this Ohio State team is their wide receivers, and they got a gunslinger quarterback. Do they let them go a little?
Bo Jackson in the backfield gets the carry. And the freshman goes for about 4 as we check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, this is Julian Sayen's first road start since high school. To prepare for this, Ohio State, they cranked up the crowd noise in practice, speakers blaring, working silent counts, even rehearsing what to do when communication cuts out. Sayen told me the message from his coach is simple: have poise in the noise. But guys, it is hard to even think down here.
And he's hearing it right now. Second and 6. Jackson again. And he's out close to the first down. Might be a little bit short. Jacob Blade came over to make the stop.
So this is what Jeremiah Smith is doing right now. If you look at the defense, watch this. They're looking at pre-snap. He's here, but he'll drift back and double. There he is, way back there. He had already gone. It was a little bit later. He was up closer, and then he went back. So 2 people are taking him on most plays, at least in alignment.
Now C.J. Donaldson is in the backfield. An extra blocker, an extra tight end. Third down to the yard. Donaldson. First down, Buckeyes. Uiagalelei made the stop, but not before they moved the sticks.
Brian Walters, defensive coordinator for this Washington Husky team, the ex-Purdue head coach. I asked him, is he looking forward to us coming here? Last year we had him in Notre Dame and Penn State, and now Ohio State.
Yeah. He didn't smile much.
No, he didn't smile like that.
Jackson stood up, bounces out, and still the Husky defense pursues and drops him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. This front is, if they can stop this Ohio State run game and get the new quarterback who hasn't been on the field, but oh, look at that effort inside. Just bouncing off people's, I think it was Sagapolo, number 97, that was bouncing around in there that time.
They haven't given up a lot on the ground this year so far. But this is a better opponent than they've faced to this point. Second down and 9. Sayen flares it out. The backfield to Peoples. And Peoples dropped around the 39-yard line by Leroy Bryant.
You can see how conservative Ohio State is being with Julian Sayen.
More like the Texas game than the last couple of weeks.
Yes, that's right. Well, yes, a little different people. They don't want him to make a big mistake on the road. But again, Ohio State, with that talent out there, just keep playing away from their strength. That's going to be the question.
Here come the decibels. Sayen flushed, throws incomplete. Innes says he caught it. The officials say he didn't. And it's 4th down.
I don't think he would have been able to scramble for the first down on this. Goes up inside, keeps his eyes downfield. He's got him, just does not throw a good ball.
A one-hopper.
Yep. Pulled the string on it.
Jeremiah Smith.
2 guys on him.
Yep.
They're going to take away their best player. That means they got to throw the ball to their tight ends and other wide receivers. They have matchups that it would be tough for Washington to handle.
Denzel Boston waiting on Joe McGuire's punt. Boston has to call fair catch, takes it calmly at the 24-yard line. 10:36 remaining first half. Top-ranked Ohio State against the Huskies of Washington. And so far, home team 3-0. Some of those fans that just gave you a nice ovation, you were on the Jumbotron, and they were probably around when you played here.
Yeah, I've lost everywhere.
You played pretty well here, though.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, Sonny's 6 killer.
Yeah, that wasn't good that Sonny was on the other side.
Broke the passing record in that game. He threw for 387 in that game.
Did they put him on Sports Illustrated the week after that? Or high snap and a direct snap to Coleman. And Jonah gets 5 out of it.
One of the all-time greats. There's been a lot of quarterbacks here. One of the all-time greats, Sonny 6 killer.
Oh, no kidding. Our friend Sonny 6 killer. You talk about Michael Penix most recently, Warren Moon, Mark Brunell, Sonny, Marcus Tuyas, Sopo, Billy Joe Holbert, Jake Locker. The Heward boys.
They were up here?
They were up here in the booth. Chris Chandler, Don Heinrich going way back to the Hugh McElhaney days. And here's a pretty good one, Damon Williams, and he's got a first down. Almost got face masked, but they'll move the chains.
And, of course, just recently, Michael Penix.
Yep.
So, opening up the offense a little bit, using the wheels here. The quickness, you can see the quick feet. When you watch him, he's like at top speed after one step. He's like a base stealer going off first base, you know, and he's like, boom, full speed in one step.
1st and 10. Huskies at their own 36-yard line with a 3-point lead. Counter.
Sweet
Nifty play.
Yep,
Desmond Robick. We were talking about all the great quarterbacks. We had a little visit up here before the game. There's Damon and Brock.
We did. I know we did Brock's games between '96. We probably did a Damon one too, right?
Yeah, we did. Good to see the guys. Damon's got a thing going with Dan Marino in the wine business, so we got a bottle up here.
Who doesn't?
We haven't cracked it or anything, but ball complete out. Amari Evans. First down, Huskies back in Ohio State territory.
Yeah, Amari Evans, the transfer in from Penn State, been struggling with a hamstring all year, finally getting healthy. Another big play receiver. They need one more guy. Could he be it? Was his knee down?
Yeah, maybe. Or was there air under there? Hard to tell.
I'd have to say it's down.
I'd have to say it's down too, where the grass is really cut low.
Play has been reviewed. The runner's knee was down at the 44-yard line. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, I like, though, that the officials let that play go because you can fix it. You don't want to blow the whistle there and then find out his knee wasn't down and there's nothing you can do about it.
So it would have been basically around the 44-yard line of Ohio State. Instead, it's the Huskies at their own 44. And it's 3rd down and 2. Now, coming into the game, we mentioned they had a long string of not having to punt because they were scoring touchdowns and field goals and kneel downs. They came into the game 75% on 3rd down conversions.
Yeah, well, so Ohio State, a little different, right?
A little different.
I don't know if they've proved they can run the ball against this front on 3rd and short. Let's see what they call here.
And they didn't when they were down goal to go. They're going to throw for it instead. And they still aren't going to get it. Decker DeGraff's got the catch, but I think he's about a yard shy. Arbel Reese was holding on to
no better tackler than Caleb Downs. I think that was him, number 2, that made this play to the outside. Fills the hole. Watch him. Form tackle short. I don't know. I might try to draw him offsides. I'm not giving Ohio State the ball on the 45-yard line if you don't make it. They're struggling throwing the ball. I would punt it or try to draw them off.
4th down at about 2 feet. And they're going for it. Williams keeps it. He's got it in the open field. First down, Huskies. And you saw the quickness, and I mean, he is lightning quick.
I got a friend that always says in one of these key situations, I didn't come here to pack peaches. That's what Jed Fish right now says. I didn't come here to play safe. I have no idea what that means.
I like it, though.
It sounds really good.
It sounds really good. And you saw the quickness of Damon Williams coming off a game where he had 88 yards on 13 carries and a touchdown in the Apple Cup, and he just jitterbugged his way for a huge first down at the 45-yard line. Adam Muhammad in the backfield with him here. He pump fakes, wants to go down the middle, and he's got his man on the run, and it's Evans again.
Beautiful play. They faked the quick screen. They've been throwing 3 or 4 of these bubble screens, but this time they fake it here, stutter, and go right to the middle. Watch this. Fake the block, boom. Second level, perfect throw.
A 22-yard pickup for Omari Evans on the end of this strike.
And by the way, Damon Williams, 9 for 10 in this game.
First down at the 23. Quick snap. Off the left side. Good run by Muhammad.
I love the quick snap because you know what that does? That keeps Caleb Downs from messing with your mind. He likes to move in and out, kind of move all around. You have to address where he is. You do the quick snap that'll force him to get to his spot earlier in the snap count.
Now they're back in the red zone. They had to settle for 3 the first time. 2nd and 5 at the 18. Williams not going to get away this time. Great job by Kenyatta Jackson off the edge, keeping him pinned inside.
Well, when we went in to meet with the Ohio State coaches, the sign up in the room was do your job. And right now, doing your job means look for the bootleg. And he did his job.
Here's a big third down for both teams.
Let's see if they bring a little heat this time.
Williams going to throw out in the flat, and it's caught, but not going to get him any yardage. Muhammad slipped.
One of the stories of the game, the respect for the running, and they're going to spy. I don't know which one it was here, but there's a spy. Probably was Arvell number 8. He doesn't rush, and he stays with the quarterback. Let's see who it was. Yes, it was 8. Going into the spy spot, making sure there's no scramble on the play.
Arvell Reese doing a good job. Now the field goal unit back out there. This will be a 45-yard attempt by Grady Gross. Perfect 3 for 3 so far this year. And they fake it. And Gross going to throw to nobody. Incomplete.
Oh, man. You talk about somebody not getting the call there. Oh, man, that is a mess up. Was it DeGraff, number 86?
It was DeGraff. He never turned around. It looked like he was
blocking.
blocking.
He thought it was a run all the way. Perhaps it was. Since it was covered, he just tossed it away.
Boy, a blown opportunity there for Washington. Still 3-0. Still 3-0. That fake field goal never had a chance, Gary.
No, I don't think so. Ohio State looked like they were playing safe. They have 3 players right there looking. I thought that this should have been a timeout for Washington. It doesn't look like an overload. They're playing safe. Nothing is there, even if the tight end would have turned around.
Oh, Ohio State takes over with the stop at the 27-yard line. Sayin, play action. Rolls to throw and got a crossing route to Bo Jackson. Not that much of a gain out to about the 30. The last defensive possession, Zach Durfee, the defensive end who's played really well so far this year, went down. Jenny, do you have more?
Yeah, that was about 9:30 left in the second quarter when Zach Durfee went down. He went straight into the locker room, followed by 2 trainers. He was shaking his head like he was frustrated to go off the field. I'm awaiting further information, guys.
All right, Jenny, thanks.
I think he was holding his left arm.
Yeah, or wrist, maybe.
Yeah.
2nd and 5. Quick throw out in the flat. This will be a first down and more after Brandon Innes.
So everything in this Ohio State pass offense has been short. They are not stretching the field yet. Prior to this drive, 2 completions, 3 and 6 yards. They just had another one for 4 or 5. Now a quick screen to the outside. So far, Ryan Day and Ryan Hartline are not airing it out. They're still playing conservative with their pass game. Had Washington scored a couple times, maybe it would look different.
That's Brian Hartline you saw in the middle of your screen. Bo Jackson in behind Sand. Jeremiah Smith has not been a factor so far. He's to the top of your screen. And Sand again has to throw late and out of bounds to get rid of it. And they got some heat on him. Bryce Butler putting some pressure on.
One of the things that Ryan Walters told us that he loves the depth in this defensive line for Washington. And that time Bryce Butler, who is one of that second line of defensive linemen, in there fresh and makes the play.
Oh, good thing you got that shoulder tucked in too on that hit. Or that could have been a penalty. 2nd and 10. The RPO to the outside, and there's number 4, Jeremiah Smith with the catch, but short of the first down by a yard.
Safety Markel Easton, number 24, sneaks into the box on the running play. So you pull it out, you know it's one-on-one with your All-American, give him the ball.
Brings up 3rd down at a yard. Sand, easy throw and catch to Innes for the first down inside the 40.
And when you talk about the talent from this Ohio State wide receivers, Innes, of course Jeremiah Smith, and an elite receiver, number 17, Carnell Tate. We haven't even seen a target entered even anywhere near Carnell Tate.
Carnell Tate's the guy you talk about on any other team in the country as the number 1 guy.
Well, they'll find out in the NFL how good he is.
That's right. Working our way to the 2-minute timeout. They get a play off before it. And Jackson almost busted it into the secondary.
3 tight ends in the game. Philip Daniels, by the way, right tackle, playing right tackle on this one, stones his guy. Everybody inside does a good job. You run right off a Hinsman, and that's Buckeye football right there.
The final 2 minutes of the first half is presented by the Active Cash Card from Wells Fargo. Back inside Husky Stadium, Ohio State on a drive.
Yeah,
and Zach Durfee very emotional on the sideline.
Was.
Senior out of Dawson, Minnesota.
Jenny talked about his injury, him being out of the game. It looks like he slams his left arm into the turf, and then he walks out. It seems to me, watching his emotions on the sideline, that he knows he's hurt bad. A lot of work to get ready to play a season. He was hurt all of 2024, puts it all in, and now you get hurt right when you think it's your turn to play.
Took a year off of any sport after high school. Thought he'd maybe play basketball at Gustavus Adolphus in Minnesota. Ended up at Sioux Falls to play football. Bulked up, got big, got good, made some great plays here in this first half, and now his day is probably done. Hopefully not his season. 2nd down and 2. Buckeyes at the 29-yard line. And Bo Jackson got the first down, and he's still going. He's got it inside the 20, down around the 17-yard line. And if you're having flashbacks every time I say Bo Jackson, it's Lamar Bo Jackson.
I think Ohio State only had 10 guys on that formation right here.
Didn't matter.
So there's 6 up front, the quarterback. There's a 6. Yeah, they got all 11. Yeah, they're right. They got the right formation. Did not see the tight end on the play.
They're really high on number 25, the Buckeye fans especially. He just picked up the first down. And he'll get it again. And this time dives for about 2. Devin Bryant made the stop. 60 minutes sits cage side with Dana White. How he took the UFC from brink to billions. It's time for the 60 Minutes premiere tomorrow on CBS. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, at Husky Stadium. And right now the home team up by 3, but the #1 team in the country on the drive. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ will break down our game and catch you up on all the action from around the country. That's all coming up on the Geico Halftime Report.
Jeremiah Smith's story, only 2 catches, not hurt this defense at all. There's usually 2 guys there. Safety help. If only got 1, they throw him the ball usually. Watch it in the red zone, they do it again. I think this is where you're Ohio State. You've got to find a way to put Jeremiah Smith in the slot. Figure out a way. You can't let alignment take your best player off the field.
Just 2 catches, as Gary said, for 15 yards so far. It's been the Bo Jackson drive to this point, but he's brought down by Uyunglele.
And that's really a good job by this Washington front 6 or 7, whatever it lines up to be, because they are playing deep. I have a light box, and they're winning those plays at the line of scrimmage on defense.
Defense of the Huskies trying to hold Ohio State out of the end zone here before halftime. Timeout. Big 3rd down coming up with 1:15 to go in the half. From the world of Fire Country, get ready for big drama and plenty of small-town justice. Lorena Baccarin stars in Sheriff Country. That's Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week. They've got to get to the 7-yard line for a 1st down. And Ohio State just under 14 yards away from the Husky end zone.
And the theme again, red zone is our friend. We have help at the back end zone. That has been the theme for Washington all week, playing defense in the red zone. Can Ryan Day and Brian Hartline find a way to spring a receiver?
They turned it over on downs the last time they were close. Let's see if the Huskies defense can come up with another stop.
True freshman down here.
Sayin in the gun, empty backfield, and motion. The defense thinks it's on Ohio State.
Offense,
it is.
Number 77, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's the first one that the crowd has had a part of the football game.
Tegra Shabola, the right guard, jumped. First Ohio State penalty, right there. Now it's 3rd down and 11. Here comes the Husky faithful again.
Nice matchup right here. Tight end Matt Clare, a really good athlete on a safety.
Sayin has to throw off his back foot. Got it to Jeremiah Smith. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This was going to Jeremiah Smith the whole way. He was the only receiver that was going to get the ball. All the wideouts are blocking downfield. Watch, they go down and block. They go down and block. This was going to number 4 on the short crossing route the whole way. Came with a 7-man blitz on the play. Brian Hartline and Ryan Day dialed up the play.
And as soon as Jeremiah Smith makes that catch, it's over.
A 1-man pass route, that's a pretty good guy to have.
Yeah, I think so.
A 1-man pass route.
Extra point is up and good.
So at 3rd and long, offensive line struggling to allow them to throw a 1-yard pass. Ohio State dialed the right one.
Jeremiah Smith, his 4th receiving touchdown of the year, and the Buckeyes in front. 19th receiving touchdown of his brilliant young career for Jeremiah Smith. An 18-yard strike, and top-ranked Ohio State takes the lead for the first time today. Capped a 73-yard drive in 10 plays in 3.5 minutes. Jaden Fielding with a kickoff. And this is going to be returned by Muhammad from the goal line. Adam Muhammad got an opening, and he's out across the 40. And the kicker had to save a touchdown.
The sprinter, running back, Adam Muhammad, one of the fastest players on this Washington team. Watch his stride. He knows he's got another gear, and he takes it right there.
Give Jaden Fielding some credit, man. Got him down after a 41-yard kickoff return.
And those 2 timeouts that Jedfish took to save a little time is going to pay off.
So they got 1 left and 1:01 to go. Damon Williams loads, goes short across the middle to the 45, complete to Coleman. And let's see if they can hustle up here.
It doesn't look good. Washington players down.
Well, that'll stop the action, and it's going to be.
Is it Willis?
Yeah, it's Willis, the left tackle.
Oh, that's a tough loss. He's kind of the heart of that offensive line. Talk to the coaches about him leading with the toughness, showing on tape how he finishes blocks. Let's see what happens here.
Kenyatta Jackson.
He did land it right on him from behind.
Yeah.
I think it was Caden McDonald kind of fell into him.
Check on Carver and hope he's okay, but he's going to have to get some help off the field. Timeout. So 48 seconds left. Some missed opportunities today. A couple of trips in the red zone. Only 3 points on a 28-yard field goal to show for it. And then the fake field goal that really never had a chance. And now after the good kickoff return, they're trying to do something in this final minute. Williams wanted to throw a screen pass, and he gets sacked instead.
That's amazing he held on to the football that time.
That's Caden Curry, your
Will
guy
Ohio
again.
State take a timeout here?
Caden Curry relentless off that edge.
I think at 3 timeouts, I'm going to take one and try to. We learned last week how valuable a couple seconds are at the end of the half, right?
So 3rd down and 17. And if Ohio State's not going to call a timeout, I would assume Washington's just going to take all the time they can, run the ball, and the half will end. About a 2-second difference on the play clock and the game clock. And they will run it with Coleman. Gets it out across the 40, and that's it.
Ryan Day's probably thinking as we get the ball to start the second half, but I thought he could have had like 20 seconds at the end of this half to throw a deep ball.
So a defensive battle here at Husky Stadium. Ohio State 7-0 lead, and Jenny is with Ryan Day.
Coach, you got some points on the board. Are you looking for this offense to play more aggressive in the second half?
Well, we were down there once on the 4-yard line, didn't convert on 4th down, and then we had to fumble on the kickoff or on the punt return, so we lost the possession there. I like the way we had this last drive. We got to win the middle 8 right now, so just did a good job finishing off that half. Now we start with the second ball with the second half, so we got to roll from here.
You've prepared for poise in the noise. How has this crowd noise affected the play?
Oh, I think right now, you know, that drive was real strong. I thought the defense had a great stand right there. So you know, it didn't go early the way we thought it would. So we've kind of turned the tides. Now we got to go start the second half the right way.
Thank you, Coach.
That middle 8 that Ryan's talking about, the last 4 minutes of the second quarter where they got a touchdown, and they've got the ball to start the third quarter as they'll be receiving the kickoff. End of the half, 7-3. Send you to Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zuck. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS heading into the second half here in Seattle, and it's 7-3. Ohio State out in front. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brad. He's Gary. You know, we have 2 of the most potent offenses in the country. We got a 7-3 score.
Right. You know what I think both coaches did when they went in there? We're not changing anything. It's not pretty, but this is the way we're going to play. Okay, moving the ball. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. We're managing our quarterbacks exactly the way we want to do it.
Yeah, it's been low scoring. It's been Damon Williams being almost perfect, but only 100 yards basically passing. And good defensive play, obviously, by both teams. That ball, it made the end zone. I thought it was going to go out at the 1. Check in with Jenny.
Well, just spoke with Jedfish. He said this is like a heavyweight fight. We are 6 rounds down. We got 6 rounds to go. But he feels like the Washington Huskies have all the momentum right now. He said, I don't think Ohio State expected us to play the way that we're out here playing right now. He did say the focus in the second half is to avoid negative plays and penalties. Guys, some injury updates for you as well. Left tackle Carver Willis, we saw him go down at the end of the half. He is out for this game. Fish calling him a game changer in the heart of the O-line. And also earlier we saw edge Zach Durfee. He is out for this game as well.
Wow, that's 2 big losses on each side of the line for the Huskies for sure. Bo Jackson, the fake and the throw on the run is complete, and a first down to Jeremiah Smith. Nice play fake. And there's the 2 guys Jenny just talked about. Durfee, probably the best edge guy that Jed has, and his left tackle, you never want to lose a left tackle, that's for sure. They were our players to watch as we started the game. They won't want me to do that again.
Well, let's put it this way. Ohio State is watching the guys that are subbing them.
Throw again, and now they're going to get Jeremiah Smith involved here in the opening 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Yeah, that's 3 straight completions. The touchdown, the little crossing route, then the out route to the outside.
Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. In his 20th game, tie for the quickest by a player in Ohio State history, and the other guy's playing for the Seattle Seahawks. That's good company.
It is. Ephesians Prysock was matched up, one of their best cover people to the outside, tall corner, 6'4", but quick throws.
Second and short. On the ground now to Jackson. He's going to be dropped for a loss of 1. It'll be third down to open the third quarter.
Jacob Manu, he was all Pac-12 in 2023. Got hurt, missed all of last year, coming back his first game back. Nice play coming off from the linebacker spot. Another one of those Arizona transfers.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them that play on this defense.
And we got one missing today as well. Vicario Davis, the corner. C.J. Donaldson back in at the tailback spot on third down and 2. Gets the carry, gets the first down. C.J. packs a little more power than Bo Jackson, and he's the veteran of the 2, obviously.
Good job that time. Dual block inside. Just got your big guys, Hinsman and Montgomery. They get that nose tackle, shrug off to the linebacker, make a first down.
James Peoples now in the backfield for the Buckeyes at the 48, first and 10. Here comes a blitz. Quick throw to the outside. Who else? Jeremiah Smith. Picked up about 6. Let's take a look at our game trends presented by Subway. And saying 84 yards passing in that first half. A lot of it came on the last drive that resulted in a touchdown by that guy. His 4th of the season, his 19th of his career. Damon Williams almost perfect, but a lot of short stuff.
I don't know if we've seen a ball thrown more than 20 yards downfield.
I don't either. And that one's tipped and caught. Pulled in off the Jelani Thurman. After that tip right there changed the trajectory of the ball.
He did, and once it gets tipped, it doesn't matter. There can't be interference. Looked like he got there a little early, but the ball was still completed.
So another first down. This is the opening 4 minutes Ryan Day talked about to win the middle 8. So far they're doing that right now. Saying across the middle, short again, and nice open field tackle by Alexander.
Well, I'll tell you, the 5-star Julian Saying, you can see the quickness of his release. Very difficult to sack because he knows where his receivers are. He can just zip it. He's got as quick a release as you'll see in college football. Highly sought after, started his career at Alabama. When Nick retired, Julian said, out of here. So does Caleb Downs.
Blitz coming. Saying in trouble, got rid of it and completes it. And it's out to Peoples and another first down.
Well, I tell you this, as Ryan Day said to Jenny, the 8 minutes, 4 and 4, you can see how important he's put this first drive of the second half. He's letting his quarterback make the plays to his playmakers, and he's coming through with that quick release and getting rid of the ball to the right guy. He's established his difference maker with a couple throws, and now the other guys are more open.
So another first down in the opening 5 minutes. They've worked it to the 23 of the Huskies.
And one-on-one against the freshman, top of the screen.
It'll be C.J. Donaldson right in the middle of the pack. And that pack's going forward, but a flag flies in. Let's see if we're going to have a holding or maybe a hands to the face. Somebody lost their lid. And that was Zaire Alexander again. X-ray, I should say.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face, offense number 70. The player whose helmet came off may remain in the game. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That stunts the drive by the right tackle into the face of Alexander.
Yep, right. It must have popped off just before we got there. You could see Alexander turn around and go, "You can't do that."
He's got his fingers in his face mask.
Yep, he ripped it right off.
I don't think Big Philip Daniels could get that big paw out of there.
Could not, you're right.
And now first down at 22. Jeremiah Smith in motion from the backfield. Going to throw it out to him. He makes one man miss, but there's good pursuit by the Huskies defense.
Penalty's so big because now Washington can drop into their zone and make it happen in front of them. You know, they're really the only one play in the first half on 3rd and long. They blitzed everybody and cost them a touchdown instead of a field goal.
Sayan having a look at that Husky defense on 2nd down and 19. Four-man rush. Sayan in trouble. Throws late and throws it away. And there's a flag.
Wonder if they're going to call roughing the passer here. He did throw it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer with high contact. Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Tie, that's a no-no.
Right here, let's see. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Maybe his right hand from the other side. We don't see it on those two. Because if we had a reverse angle, I did not see it.
Gene Steratore is going to join us. Gene?
You know what, guys? I don't think I have a roughing the passer there either. I think he's really lowering the head, but he doesn't deliver and blow with it, blow with that head, and it's not the crown of the helmet and the contact's initiated in the shoulder pad and not the head neck area.
Right, Gene, his right hand hit him in the shoulder.
I don't like that one. Neither do the Husky fans, obviously. Sayan rifles this one toward the pylon.
That's the second big penalty at a key point. Remember the first down for Washington they got, then got backed up. And this is 3rd and 20. I mean, this play is over. They're trying a field goal, and now Ohio State gets the ball back. That is a rough call, if you ask me.
I mean, that's like playing flag football. You hit guys that hard, but whatever.
Second tough call against the Huskies.
At the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Sayan's only missed once on this drive, and that was the throwaway. His tight end in motion. Max Clare. Bo Jackson trying to bounce it outside, cuts back inside, and it brings up 3rd down and about 3. Bo Jackson, I know you've been listening to me say that name all day. He's no relation to Vincent Bro Jackson, the great for the Auburn Tigers. His real first name's Lamar, so either way you cut it, if it's Bo or Lamar, it's pretty good company.
Yeah, you got to be a good runner when you got those two names. It's got 3 names that can all run. Right?
3rd down and 3. Tate in motion. They fake it. And on the roll, Sayan throws a dart, and it's Tate. near the end zone.
Beautiful design play this time. Coming in motion, Tate blocks the edge. Watch him block the edge and then just stay there and wait for the pass. Delay, and there it is, all the way. You either get it to the flat for an easy throw or you come back to your secondary receiver.
And Carnell Tate gets it down to 1st and goal at the 1. Saying under center. Extra tight ends. Donaldson in for the touchdown.
And Ryan Day gets his 8 minutes exactly the way he wanted it. The last 4 and the first 4 with 14 points.
Well, they had 3 tight ends in there, and they give it to Donaldson, who's about 230.
Yeah, all goes back to that penalty, though. That was the changer of that drive. Remember the face mask penalty on Ohio State backs him up, taking the helmet off on Phillip Daniels, and then the touchy one, as Brad said, flag football might not even be called.
Fielding it for the point after. Up and good. A 75-yard drive helped by penalty, as Gary said, in 13 plays. And C.J. Donaldson in the end zone on the ground for the 3rd time this year. And the Buckeyes lead stretched to 14-3. Top-ranked Ohio State now up 14-3 midway through the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at the Discover Conference update right now. Iowa quarterback Mark Gronowski now 52 wins as a starter. 3 seasons, of course, South Dakota State. Big Ten, 4 ranked teams in the top 25. 6 Big Ten teams remain undefeated. There were 7. USC lost today to Illinois. And, of course, the big one at State College tonight. Oregon at Penn State with a whiteout. Our friends at NBC will have that one for you. Adam Muhammad, who had an excellent kickoff return of the 2nd quarter, back and maybe get another shot. Could have scored a touchdown probably if it wasn't for fielding the kicker making the tackle. And Jaden's kick this time will sail in and out of the end zone, so the Huskies will pull it out to the 25. Take a look at the Modelo game changer.
When you have a running quarterback, everybody wants to know how you use a spy. This is what you do. You get your athletic linebackers. Sonny Styles, 2 examples right here. He's staying in that box. Whether he's spied, he's not real close, though. He can handle a crossing route, so he does 2 things at the same time. He's not just a spy guy. He's involved in coverage and in position. Helps that he's 6'5".
You said to Matt Patricia yesterday, what's your theory on having a spy? And he almost broke his pencil out of his ear when he looked back at you. So they are doing some of that here. 1st down. Williams throws a strike, and it's Desmond Roebuck again.
Yeah, he's only thrown 1 ball in the game. He's got 12 strikes and 1 incomplete pass.
That picks up 18 yards. He might not be the biggest guy, but he's got a big-time arm.
Yeah, great protection that time. Maximus McCree, number 77, is in the game at left tackle. Did a good job for Willis.
Coleman got an opening and got 9 out of it.
Just good, those big guys coming off right into the right here, getting that double team early, kicking it out. Oh, nice wham block from the tight end.
Coleman again now, and a quick snap, and a flag flies in on what would be a 1st down. Let's see if this one's against Ohio State.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Well, you attack on Moore.
See who it was. Was it 95? Was it right here that happened? Yep, it was.
Yep.
Taiwan Malone right there. Just gets his hand on him, turns him a little bit. Good call. tough for those defensive linemen. They're just sticking that paw out there.
Good looking drive right now for the Huskies. Worked it to the Buckeyes 30. Williams fires wide open. And it's the tight end, DeGraff, and he's still going all the way to the 6-yard line.
Hey, this quarterback, Demond Williams, he is a chucker. What a nice game he has, right? I mean, he is seeing, he's got his tight end, goes right down the seam, gives it to him exactly when you're supposed to. DeGraff turns, makes a nice catch.
They got 23 out of it, and now Coleman trying to cut it outside, spun around and dropped by who else? Yeah, Caleb Downs.
He just doesn't miss tackles very
doesn't.
often, does he? That's a tough tackle. You're going against an elite running back. You see him right here. Watch him track. It would have been a good one to look at. I promise you, he made a nice tackle.
2nd down and goal at the 6. Quick throw out in the flat.
Oh, nice tackle.
Down to the 3.
Take him down high, wrap him up, use your arms.
That's the other Styles.
Yeah, Styles. The transfer for Notre Dame, the older brother. Watch him wrap up and use his arms. You know who always loves that play? Chris Spielman. Well, he always talks about it. Wrap him up, wrap him up. And that's exactly what he did.
And their daddy, Lorenzo Sr., was a Buckeye as well. As you go down the Buckeye great tacklers. 3rd down and goal at the 3. Let's see if they roll Williams out. Straight drop. Now he's in trouble.
Jed Fish is not going to be happy with that. I think if he would not have lost yardage, they'd have gone for it on 4th down. Does put it if they make the field goal to a 1-possession game. I get that, but I thought they would try to get his legs involved there, didn't you?
Yep, I did. And the only legs that were involved were a loss back to the 10-yard line. So that brings out Grady Gross, who hit one, and then on a fake field goal, threw it to no man's land because his receiver didn't turn around. He hit from 28. Let's see if he can do it again from 28. And he does. (14 to 6). Graphics operators not with us today. Milan Williams, who I gave a text at halftime. We miss you, brother.
Sure do.
Get back soon. And from one Williams to Demond Williams, who engineered a good-looking drive, but they had to settle for 3 again.
Okay, so the question is, you know, Ryan Walters, what are they going to do on defense? 2 smooth drives for Ohio State. I don't think they can change anything.
Yep.
I mean, they can't let these receivers get deep. They had them without the penalty. They would have stopped them on that drive. Story of the game is the other way. The Ohio State defense in the red zone, what, 3 times and only 6 points, right?
Exactly. Fair catch called for, so they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Well, in this day and age, you used to have those old black and white photos. Now the Apple iPads, and all the coaches talk about a dramatic difference this has made.
Well, most of it feels like, to me, that it has put the huddle back into the game.
Yeah.
That they're huddling up. They're using the 15 seconds to coach the quarterback a little bit. More shift in motions, not as much hurry up.
That and the helmet communication.
Yes.
You add those 2 together, and all of a sudden we're not seeing.
More adjustments are being made because of the 2 changes with communications and technology.
Sayan just whips it out in the flat to Ennis. And he spins his way for about 13.
See, that's the question you start thinking. We were up here wondering, what do they make? Because obviously Ohio State has changed. They've thrown the ball at least 4 times now on 1st down in the 2nd half. Do you adjust? Do you try to take that away? Because if you try to take that away, Ohio State might put a Cal Riley on you and hit one deep. And if there's going to be a big dumper home run here, Washington wants it, not Ohio State.
What's Cal got? 60 right now? Sitting on 60? There's a back shoulder throw, incomplete, intended for Tate. A little bit too wide. Prysock was in coverage.
Just remember, when you have Prysock on Tate, That means Dylan Robinson, number 6, a true freshman, is man-to-man on number 4.
And that's not good.
Well, it's been there all day. The safety is tilting that way, but I don't know. Give him a quick slant or come back to the outside. You should be able to take advantage of that.
Jeremiah Smith looked like he was going to stay in the backfield as he has done a couple of times today, but now he's down to the bottom of your screen. That's 2nd and 10. Julian Sayin. And that one thrown. Is it caught by Tate? Did he stay in? And I guess he did. Wow. What a catch.
Yeah, Julian Sayin did a great job that time. He was coming down to his running back to throw, and at the last second he saw him covered, and then he delivered one to the outside where only number 6 was going to throw it, and he goes, oh no, there is a purple jersey there. And again, look at that quick release he has throwing on the run there. He is a beautiful throw.
Look at that body control on the other end.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of those guys, right? We got 2 of them again.
Blitz coming up the middle. Sayin rolls away from the pressure. And now he'll keep it and get what he can, which is not much.
Chabula did a nice job taking on the blitz that time, but it did flush Julian out of the pocket.
The quarterback classifications when they're coming out of high school, we've seen a lot of these guys. He was number 1. We saw Dylan Raiola last week. Lagway at Florida. Lamont Williams way down in the number 12 spot, but
climbing fast though.
Climbing quickly.
He's not going to change his high school one, but he's a pretty good player.
Bo Jackson back in at tailback for the Buckeyes. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. He gets the toss sweep, and Bo is still going. 1st down.
Great block that time by the tight end. Will Kesmerick, number 89. Watch him come across the formation and clean up and keep blocking all the way to the outside to the sideline. He keeps on him and on him and on him all the way, pushing him to the sideline.
Boy, Jackson keeps those legs moving, doesn't he?
He sure does.
At the 40.
215, 217, 220-pound freshman running back.
Now they got Peoples back in there. They fake the end around. Sayin throws a dart to the tight end, and that one's Max Clare, and he picks up 8.
So we've been up here talking all game about how they need to let Julian Sayin throw the ball deep and do this and do that, but Brian Hartline and Ryan Day have been managing him pretty darn well.
Sure have.
Washington has not been able to get Ohio State out of their comfort zone. They've not been forced to throw the ball downfield at all. And look at the stats he's producing by able to take those completable, almost running game throws.
Hasn't been sacked either, has he?
I don't recall. Been hit in the face, close.
2nd and 2. Quick throw to the outside, complete to Tate with a stiff arm, and he's down near the 20. That ball comes out in a hurry.
Some guys can just whip that ball. You know what I mean? Last year I remember watching Max Prosmer at Minnesota do that. That quick release to the outside. This guy, his 2nd year in college, you can see why he was a 5-star. No doubt about it. I mean, he doesn't wow you when he meets with you at the table.
No, he looks like he's never shaved before.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
what a fast quarter that was, huh?
And it belonged to the Buckeyes, even though the Huskies got 3 more. We played 3. Top-ranked Ohio State on the road. Try to spoil the long home winning streak of the Huskies, and they're up 14-6. About set to start the 4th quarter. Jelly was with Jed Fish moments ago.
Coach, what needs to change to capitalize on those red zone opportunities?
Yeah, we got to score touchdowns. We're down there too much and not scoring touchdowns. They play good defense, but we got to find a way to get in there. It's a 1-score game.
Thank you so much.
And because they haven't scored now, Ness, it's almost mandatory they hold Ohio State to a field goal here.
Yeah, I agree. At the 21, 1st down. Sayin's been red hot on this drive. Throws incomplete to the pylon. I guess it was intended for Max Clare. There was 2 guys in the area.
Holding.
Ohio State
offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Well, here's the chance for this Washington defense right here. Now this will force the Buckeyes to try to get a chunk play to get a 1st down here.
Going to be on Phillip Daniels. He had that illegal
right
hand to the face earlier in the game.
Move. Yep, inside move.
So 1st and 20 at the 31. Jeremiah Smith trots out up top. They keep it on the ground, and they don't get too much. Maybe 3 for James Peoples. Everything South Park is streaming on Paramount Plus. All seasons, new episodes, and more. South Park now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Here comes 17-1. No 3 tight ends in this play. Number 1.
That means Tate, Ennis, and of course Jeremiah Smith. And then Claire, the tight end, in a slot. And he's on the move. Sand got a little heat and threw incomplete. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, you can see Julian saying, he almost could feel the coach saying in his head, if it's not there, get rid of it. We don't want to sack. This time he just kind of throws the ball away and kind of lives for another play. 3rd and long. We know what happened last time.
They need to get to the 11-yard line for a 1st down.
3rd and long at the end of the half. It was an all-out blitz. Cost them a touchdown. 3rd and long. Roughing the passer. Cost them 7 points. This time, let's see what happens.
Ennis in motion. 4-man rush. Sain's going to run with it. Got a long way to go, and he's not going to get there. Knocked out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down and 4 or 5.
Yep, didn't have what he was looking for. Washington played coverage, forced the field goal, played good defense on it. Nothing there. No way he was going to pick up all those yards. Got what he could, put it in a good, safe field goal range.
So this will be a 34-yard field goal attempt by Jaden Fielding. 3 for 3 on the year. He's hit 7 straight dating back to the end of last season. Fielding's kick is right down Main Street. So tack on 3 more. And the lead goes back 17-6 now here in the 4th quarter.
Was playing for you.
Wow.
Remember that.
Remember doing those games there.
Absolutely.
17-6. John Mateer out indefinitely. That's tough. He might have been the Heisman Trophy frontrunner at this point of the season. Illinois, what a bounce-back win.
Yeah,
the field goal to win.
Those players in Illinois, a humiliating defeat, coming back and beating undefeated USC.
80 years ago tomorrow, Bear Bryant got his first win at Maryland over Guilford, 60-6. Somebody told me Jim Nance's dad played for Guilford in that game.
Wow, it's a long time ago. I got to do the addition on that, okay?
Yeah, don't do it.
No.
We got enough addition going on right
Well,
here.
here's the addition I think Washington does. They need to score next. Field goal or touchdown, they got to be the next team to score.
See if Muhammad will bring it. Oops, almost tripped. Adam, this is not going to be as good as his return earlier. And nice special team stop.
Somehow, some way, Washington needs to find a way to put the pressure on the offense for Ohio State.
Let's see if they can do it. Their quarterback's been red hot, but they can't score touchdowns in the red zone. Next Saturday, a full day of college football starts at noon Eastern. Another matchup between the service academies. Air Force meets Navy. Then at 3:30, it's big time out west. Number 3 Penn State and UCLA. That's all next Saturday here on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Had a nice flyover before the game, and some of our pilots got a round of applause, and Dubs even got a pilot jacket, and he's got the aviators on. He's saying, you know, normally it's not this sunny out here.
Well, it sure is not the Iditarod today. It's beautiful out here.
It is gorgeous. Today, 215 yards of total offense, not even half of what they've been putting up per game through the first 3 games of the season. And they need some more total offense on this drive. Javon Williams has hit 11 straight passes. Make it 12 if that's in, and it is. And Roebuck, well, they talked about this kid was going to emerge, and he's emerging today.
We asked him about the true freshman receivers and what was a little tidbit on each guy, and they say Desmond Roebuck, great ball skills. That seems to be right on, right?
I'd say nice body control and a first down. 12 straight is a career high for Williams throwing the football. Back to the ground to Coleman. Hasn't been able to bust a long one since that 34-yarder he had in the first half. Jenny. Jenny's mic's not working, apparently. We'll get that fixed in a second. 3rd down and 3.
You got to have your best play call here. The quarterback has to have the ball in his hands. What's he going to do with it?
Slant. First down at the 30.
Absolute strike. I mean, outside slant. The ball was right between the two numbers. Another excellent throw from the young quarterback.
13 in a row. 1st and 10. Looking for number 14 in a row. And looking and looking and looking for his receivers, and got what he could with his feet tripped up by Will Smith.
Yeah. Another time that type that it was Arvell Reese, number 8, was in the spy technique on that one. He's right here. He's playing a little coverage with one eye, and the other eye, he says, I gotta, no, he was down here at the bottom, but he goes into the spy thing. Matt Patricia fooled me. I thought he was the middle linebacker.
Yeah, that was Styles you circled.
Yeah, it was Styles first, and then Arvell came over. Yep.
2nd down and 8. There's a big opener. Muhammad, but it's closed in a hurry.
Oh, what a tackle.
Igbinosun, nice open field stop.
Did. Davison Igbinosun, transferred from Ole Miss a couple of years ago, comes in there, and this is a great open field tackle. I think the second key one they've made on Coleman in this game, or he had another 10, 12 yards there.
I thought that was going to be a big one, but he shut him down and forces a 3rd down and 3. Muhammad stays in there, tailback. Can he keep the streak alive of consecutive completions? Not going to get a chance. Just got collared by Caden Curry. I'm not sure he didn't.
There is a flag on the field, but I don't know who threw it. Did the umpire throw it? It wasn't the referee in the backfield. I wonder if the umpire is helping out the referee because he saw it from a different angle.
Thought it was a face mask. It might have been. It was definitely a clothesline tackle. Here's the call coming up from Chris Coit. He's making sure he's got the number right.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 96. His first of the game. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And it was neither, Ness. There was a punch thrown on the play. Right about the 38-yard line, late and undisciplined play.
Edric Houston.
Absolutely.
And he's not out there anymore because of what he did.
Yeah, and that ball would have been turned over after that. Watch the late play right here.
Wow, big first down by penalty. At the 45, Williams completes it to Boston. Wide out screen, and Denzel got about 5 out of it before he stood up right at the midfield stripe. And we're under 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's a play that moves the chains. Remember, Washington, if they kick a field goal there, put the pressure back onto this Ohio State offense to keep the ball. They need to score, and I think they should be thinking 4-down territory.
See, the numbers are relatively even, but they haven't scored in the red zone. And now time is going to become a factor if they don't score with a chunk play here pretty soon. Muhammad on that carry.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're calling plays right now. The head coach is calling them, okay? If you're thinking at this time, you know, 4th quarter, 2-score game, am I thinking I got 2 chances to make this first down?
Coleman moves to the left of Williams. 3rd down and 2 as Boston goes in motion. Williams throwing for Boston, sideline, too far out in front. Nice coverage by Igbinosun.
Yeah, that's the second big play that Igbinosun has made on this drive. A great tackle, 2 of the key players. He brings down Jonah Coleman on the running play, and then he's got a matchup against their best player.
And they got a little handsy at the end of the play.
Yeah, I thought that was fair fighting on that one. Nice back-to-back plays by that player right there.
As Gary said, 4th down. No time like the present to go for it. It would give Ohio State great field position, but they're down 11, and time is of the essence. Williams, and he's going to be, no, he kept his foot, and then he did go down. Caden McDonald is the guy that got him.
I'll tell you, a lot of pressure put on this time. 7 people in blitz position, but inside it was the big guy that made the play. Watch this, pressure put on. They bring 5 that time, and a win inside by your nose tackle gives you the sack.
Big Caden, 330 plus with the trip up, and Ohio State takes over on offense. Again, the offense of the Huskies comes up short. Big Ten, big time. Here we go. And it's Brandon Innes. And Innes lost the ball at the end of the run. And the Huskies have it back on special teams.
Holy cow.
Sayin has to throw off his back foot. Got it to Jeremiah Smith. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Gets it, hands it off. C.J. Donaldson pounds his way into the end zone for an Ohio State touchdown.
And that's our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Buckeyes have put together 3 good quarters after an early first quarter, but not much happened. Jeremiah Smith, it's inevitable that he's going to be on the end of a touchdown. And now we're down that maybe that was the last best chance the Huskies had.
Yeah, everybody talks about offense all the time, but this Ohio State defense, these first 4 games, 7 points to Texas, a shutout, 9, and only 6 today. That's been the story of the defense for Ohio State.
Came in, only giving up 5.3 points a game, and they've only given up 6 today. And now let's see if Ohio State wants to run it to ice it. Whoa, what a hit on Bo Jackson by Manu. Jacob Manu, first game back in the Huskies uniform since the injury, and he put a licking on Jackson.
Yeah, Manu was hurt a year ago against Colorado. It was October, missed all a year, and now he's back. He's been practicing a little bit. They were hoping to have him back for this game, and they got him. Let's see why he was all Pac-12, right?
Absolutely.
Well, you got to pull out every stop now defensively if you're Washington. You're going to be forced to go to man-to-man. That's exactly where they are.
And they come up with a turnover or a big play. Sayin, pressure coming. Throws. Oh, what a shot that was to Claire.
I don't know. Did he have? Let's see if he dragged that left foot on the play. Lined up at the left side tight end. Sayin buys time. And does he get it in? He does.
That thing was on a rope.
You can whip it, can't you?
Wow.
Like I said, when he walks in off the bus, you don't say, we got to recruit this guy. Then you watch him throw and you go, okay, I see it.
Yeah. You want him to join the choir until he puts a helmet on. End around coming. And it's Tate. And Carnell dragged down at around the 16-yard line with a good gain. Pickup of 8.
Those reverses a quarterback, you just want to get in the way. Just get in the way and not get hurt. And that's what he did.
So they've worked it in the red zone again at the 16-yard line. And the clock ticking away at 6:45. And the Buckeyes using as much play clock as they can. And Jackson's got a first down. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, Julian Sayen's been wired for this since he was little. He started showing up for workouts as a 4th grader. His brother Aiden's Pop Warner coach turned out to be the now famed quarterback coach, Jose Moeller. And Coach Moeller saw something special in Julian. He would have him run routes for his older brother. He even would throw with him as a 4th grader. At his high school coach knew that he was going to be something special. So you take a look at him, you might not see it, but then you watch him play. He's been doing this his whole life, guys.
No doubt about it.
What Ryan Day said when they took him in the portal, they promised him nothing. Usually those portal guys want money and a promising spot, nothing. He had to earn it.
He said you can compete. He's competing right now on the road, his first road game, and finally dragged down as Jacob Lane got him for a sack, the first one of the day.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good idea here
Timeout,
by the quarterback.
Washington,
If you don't have it,
first
eat the ball, at least force a timeout from Washington on the play. You don't want to throw an incompletion.
So they lost 7, but they do force a Husky timeout. They'll be down to 2. 5:43 to play at Husky Stadium. Reminder, coming up before we're done, we'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs.
Well, you know what's going on in the headsets from Ryan Day to Brian Hartline. Are we going to throw the ball? Do we run it? Do we force all 3 timeouts from Washington? Remember, a touchdown kind of finishes the game. A field goal, and you're still alive if you're Washington.
Quite a second half for Julian Sayen, as he's closing in on 200 yards passing.
I don't think it's much of a risk. If it's one-on-one outside a quick pass to number 4, I think it's a pretty safe play. He's earned the respect, I think, of me as a play caller that he's going to be accurate with the throw.
He's the most accurate thrower in the country coming in today. There's number 4, Jeremiah Smith. Second and 17. They'll run it with Jackson. He got nothing. Devin Bryant makes a nice tackle, and it's 3rd down and long. See if Washington's going to take another.
Oh, they did. Oh, yes.
And they did. 32nd timeout, and the Huskies are down to 1. 5:38 remaining in the 4th quarter. The Huskies are down to 1 timeout, but Ohio State facing 3rd down and 17. But that 17 would get them inside the 4-yard line. So they think a field goal in their pocket. And let's see what they do with Julian Sayen.
How about that? Backed off, play deep coverage. They feel they're going to run the ball, and oh my goodness, wide open.
They are going to run it, and it's Jackson down the sideline, and he almost got the first down.
Wow, I mean, it looked like Washington was playing deep zone coverage on the play. After 2 straight runs, a very light box there for Washington, and the left side of that line, good job done by outside Austin Seraveld. Luke Montgomery did a good job, sprung them.
17-yard pickup, our AT&T pylon cam. Coming into this game, 18 carries coming in for Jackson. He had 8 first downs and 7 runs of 10 yards or more. He's got another one there.
That was just brutal right there, right? Run it off by there, just trying to kill another timeout, and they pick up a first down.
And the last play under review.
Yeah, it might be 4th and inches, it's looking like, as I see the replay.
They needed 17. And there's the end of the run by Jackson's left foot is out of bounds. I don't know where the football was.
It's in his left arm. Was it? Could not see it.
Was 3rd and 17 at the 20. Okay, his foot's out. Yeah, I think he's short. Gene, what do you think?
I think really, really tight. Ness. I think right here, great shot. When Bo Jackson's left foot hits, it's where that football is, right when that foot hits out. I've got him a couple inches short from my look, but really, really tight.
Well, Gene, is it enough to overturn the call on the field?
I think that's a great question, Gary. That's That's kind of what I'm waiting to see here, quite honestly, and I don't see anything that's, really big. When I say I feel like it's a little short, it doesn't mean we're overturning it, right?
I mean, I'm just looking at it. I can't tell. I mean, you got an idea with one way or another? I can't tell. His foot's on the line. The ball's at the line.
Yeah.
It's got to be inches, right?
I think it's centimeters short.
It's centimeters.
All right, everybody's had a look.
After review, the runner's foot stepped out of bounds with the ball at the 3.5-yard line, where it'll be 4th down.
All right.
Remember, a field goal makes it a 14-point game. A quarterback sneak should make it finish the game off.
Let's see where they'll put Sand.
I bet you they're not going to run the deep eye isolation this time.
They're 0 for 1 today with that deep eye isolation. It didn't work. Almost the exact same spot on the field earlier in the game. Sand is under center. He's going to roll and throw, and he's going to get a touchdown to C.J. Donaldson. And that's probably the ball game. Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your quarterback.
Why not, though, right?
Yeah.
The guy's a beautiful thrower. That's why I recruit him. One guy goes in motion. You got the back staying in there. Donaldson, easy throw. Could have had either one of his two receivers to that side.
Little bit
Thurman was open too.
Little bit of a rub on the inside, but a wide open C.J. Donaldson. And the extra point is up and good by Fielding.
So interesting. You go into a football game and you say, what will be the difference? And in this game, it was red zone better for Ohio State than
Absolutely.
Washington.
And the funny thing is, coming in, Washington was perfect in the red zone.
Yeah, but they didn't play it against Ohio State.
I agree. I know that part. I'm just saying. I'm just Julian saying.
You're just Julian saying.
Next Saturday at 7 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network, catch a Mountain West Showdown as the Wyoming Cowboys host the undefeated UNLV Rebels in primetime. Julian saying, big smile on his face, just engineered that drive and the throw to C.J. Donaldson for the touchdown, giving him his 9th touchdown pass of the year.
Yeah, this win on the road in the Big Ten at Washington, tough place to play. That'll go miles for that quarterback.
Beg your pardon, his 10th touchdown of the year. The other one was to Jeremiah Smith in the first half. Here's Adam Muhammad and cut down at the 13-yard line. That's the second time that guy's made that play. It's Aaron Scott on special teams.
Another one of those athletes recruited by Ohio State that's trying to find playing time maybe next year.
Well, he's going to get playing time on special teams. We know that much. Whoa. So now, down 18 with under 5 to go and only 1 timeout. Devon Williams will have to be throwing and throwing and throwing some more. And he barely got that one out of his hands. Big time pressure, tried to get it to Jonah Coleman and Kenyatta Jackson applying the heat.
Well, 2 big questions for this Ohio State football program this year. Who would replace Jim Knowles? And Ryan Day goes out and finds Matt Patricia to come in here. There's past coordinators. Jim did a great job, obviously, winning that national championship. Everybody went, Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Working pretty good to this point in the game against this explosive offense, and holding him to 225 yards.
Yeah. Said to Matt, can you, Hank, bring all those Super Bowl rings out here to Columbus? Sure, why not? Coleman, first down.
Well, let's just put it this way. When we talked to Caleb Downs, he said, I love the guy, okay? He comes in, he talks to us, he's got a lot of credibility, the things he says to us, gives us a pro look at what the NFL thinking would be on him. And think about Ohio State. I mean, everybody out there is potential NFL.
Caleb Downs, our chat with him yesterday, most amazing thing, we spent a long time with him, and he's really quite a kid and a hell of a player. But at the end of it, he stood up and he said, "Can I ask you guys a question?" And that doesn't happen very often.
You going to tell him?
No, I don't have to tell him what he asked.
Oh,
I just think it's interesting that he wanted to ask us a question. Williams in trouble. Down he goes again.
Yeah, this is exactly what Washington knew coming into this game. If they get into a drop-back passing game, Ohio State had faith in their four-man rush that they could put pressure on it. Same last year's team. They had those two guys on the edge, and they just were confident that they could make plays with their front four, front seven.
It's funny, you look out there, and Caden Curry and Kenyatta Jackson look like those two dudes that played last year. Williams has plenty of time this time. Scans the field and fires too high and complete, intended for Boston.
Yeah, not a lot of space anywhere out there to throw to. Had plenty of time, but nothing there.
So only one timeout left, and they're going to punt this away. There's the numbers on the quarterbacks. Luke Dunn to kick. And he got all of this one after a bad one earlier in the game. Fair catch by Ennis. And the Buckeyes have it back with just 3:19 remaining. We're at the quarter pole already. It seems amazing. Look at some of the teams that are still undefeated. Indiana, Texas Tech, Vanderbilt.
Three great stories there.
Yeah.
Indiana was a one-year wonder. Vanderbilt playing legitimate competitive football.
Struggles by Clemson, Florida, and Army, and there's three coaches that have lost their jobs already. And we'll be seeing one of those interim coaches next week on the West Coast. First and 10 at the 23. And now it's just going to be a hell of a heavy helping of either Bo Jackson or C.J. Donaldson or James Peoples. C.J. Donaldson today score on the ground and one as a receiver on their last touchdown. Jackson might end up with a 100-yard game on the ground, which he's had back-to-back weeks of against Grambling State and Ohio. And he'll get it on the toss sweep.
Interesting what happened today with that Illinois win, and looking at, happening and where Washington is headed. They're going to go play a tough game at Maryland, undefeated Maryland.
Yep. And Rutgers lost to Minnesota in fourth quarter today.
Doable. I think it's doable for a bowl game for this team. At Michigan will be a struggle. Illinois, better team. That comeback by Illinois, that is something that you're proud of. If you're a Illini backer, that's something to be proud of.
No doubt. 2-minute timeout at Husky Stadium. And top-ranked Ohio State in command. Brian Jones, BJ.
Yeah.
He has texted me. So we take a look at Julian Sand, what he's done today. He's been pretty good.
Good.
So BJ says America wants to know what Caleb Downs asked us.
We're holding our audience because everybody. All right, I got three possible questions. All right. They said, GD, why are you retiring, man? Well, is that the question?
Was one.
Ness, you're from Georgia. What's your favorite country western singer?
Yeah.
Number two is, what's it like not doing the SEC? Which one do you think you...
Well, we did his games at Alabama when he was a freshman All-American, so I'd probably say C.
You were right. That's what he wanted to know.
Third down at 5. And a strike again. And it's Jeremiah Smith. And that will probably cap his day with great numbers again.
And we were very diplomatic and said, Caleb, we were just going to follow you anywhere you
Wherever you're playing, we're going. Pick up a 19 for Jeremiah. And he gets a low 5 from his coach on the sideline.
This guy's a pitching machine. These two quarterbacks, as accurate in a football game as I've seen, both of them.
No kidding.
Combined 40 for 50 in the game.
That's pretty good. James Peoples in behind Sayin on a first down run. Straight up the gut. Well, speaking of BJ, he and Adam and Aaron and Rick will have their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army post-game show. These guys are coming along shortly. So Ryan Day, that's going to be win number 74, and he's going to be 50-1 against unranked opponents. That's not too shabby. Of course, that one unranked is what always gets stuck in Ohio State and Michigan fans' throats, but that's neither here nor there. And that might be the last play of our game if we don't have a flag or a fight.
We don't take those stinking knees, Ohio State, right?
And a little discussion going on. All right, fellas, we had a good game. Let's just head to the sideline. And coach, the quick hug. And the Buckeyes remain perfect at 4-0. The Huskies fall to 3-1. Julian Sayin, big time game for him, leading the Buckeyes to the win on his first trip on the road as a starter. And now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Sayin has to throw off his back foot, got it to Jeremiah Smith. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This was going to Jeremiah Smith the whole way. He was the only receiver that was going to get the ball.
A career high 9 catches last week. Today, 8 catches, 81 yards, and that touchdown that started to put the game away in the second quarter. So the Big Ten opener, the Buckeyes have won now 141 of their last 142 games. And Jenny's with Ryan Day, the winning coach.
All right, Coach, this is a difficult place to play. You just shattered a pretty impressive record. It took a little bit, but how were you able to silence these fans?
Well, started with our defense. I thought we played really well, especially the coverage. You can tell that our guys, made, Williams, he's a heck of a player, double clutch a few times, and then we got home. I thought we played well in the red zone, and then we started to finish some drives. Obviously, it was important. We didn't do that enough in this game, but we're still young, we're inexperienced, but it's good to get this first road win with this group.
When you think about your quarterback over here, Julian, come join us as well. How do you evaluate his poise and his performance in his first true road test?
Well, his first start ever at Ohio State was against Texas at home. At the time was the #1, and then his first road start was against a team that's won 22 straight games at home. So he's got composure, he's got poise. He gives really good information during the play. If there were times tonight where I thought I saw something, I went back, watched the film, and he was right. He trusts his reads. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
Poise in the noise, that's what your coach is telling you. Congratulations on the win. How were you able to keep your composure out here?
Yeah, I think, we practiced it all week, and, it was a big emphasis for us to just, like he said, poise in the noise and, taking it one play at a time, one drive at a time, and, not riding the momentum of the highs and the lows.
You You told me before the game you trust in your arm, you trust in your guys, and you have to go against the best defense every day at practice. What's that luxury like to have that much talent around you?
Yeah, when you play against, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, and those guys, and Coach Patricia, it makes your life so hard in practice that, on the game it's a little bit easier. You can see things a little bit more clearly.
How much fun was it to play out there? I mean, it was loud.
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome atmosphere. Definitely loud, and was proud of the guys on offense. And we executed. The defense played really well. Offensive line did their job again.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Told you he looked like a choir boy, but he plays like a killer, that's for sure.
And he also has what like those shooting guards have. He knows he can shoot, and he's going to make the basket.
Exactly. Two really good performances by those two young fellas. And the Buckeyes win it 24-6. That's going to wrap it up for us. For Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Seattle. Final score, Ohio State 24, Washington 6. Tonight on CBS begins with an evening with Elton John and Brandi Carlile, followed by 48 Hours. We're going to send you back over to Zook and Company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages. A 22-game home winning streak comes to a close. A #1 team in the country wins for the 141st time of the last 143 games. Hard to beat #1. Huskies couldn't do it today. And the Buckeyes win on the road in Seattle.